Looks like we got a storm coming in. And the 58 is, she all naked. Let's see how quickly I can get a door on here. Possibly a hood if I can do it myself. Guys, we got our hood on, we got our driver door on. Just felt the raindrop, so good timing on that. We're gonna work on our body panels. We're gonna try to get everything fitting a little bit better. Gotta adjust this door a little bit. It's got a gap up here, got a big gap right here on our fender. Just a bunch of adjusting. All right guys, we got our hood on, we got our driver's side door on, we got our new door hinges on our driver's side door. We got to get a bolt up here and we got to get a bolt down here. This is a different thread than the stock bolts on this new pillar, but the door's lining up nice. Just adjusting this door over here. It's just rubbing a little bit on this fender. I got the bottom to pull in a little bit more. Could definitely be pulled in a hair more, but I think that's from play in our latch. It's all worn out and stuff, so I might lay a tack on here and smooth it out. See if we can get that guy to close a little bit better. For the most part, definitely a lot better. She's coming together though. Our hood doesn't like to close on the backside. I think that's just playing the hinges. Probably have to get some new hinges. Once I get these doors lined up a little bit better, we're gonna start working on some of our door hardware. So we have this guy. So this guy is our door latch relay for our driver's side. We also have our passenger side. Those guys came with the truck. We'll be getting our vent window and our passenger window in. All right guys, we pretty much got this door done. We got our new door relay on, which is behind this cover. We got our new handles on. Everything's working nice and fine. Barely have to shut this one to close it. Everything's lining up great. I was able to close this gap a little bit more. That guy's looking a lot better. Got the hood latching nice and opening easy. So I can open it with one hand now. This side didn't have a window regulator. I did order one. We do have to put our door relay on here and hook it up to our latch. We got to get our vent window in and we'll get our new glass in. Here we have another box from ClassicParts.com. Got a few things ordered here. So here's some oil filter lines. These guys ran us $30. Here we have 2 mirrors for our driver's side and for our passenger side. So these are black mirrors. These guys ran us 10 bucks each, 20 bucks for the pair. We have some chain covers for our tailgate chains. These guys ran us 6 bucks. So this is our window regulator for our passenger side. So this guy ran us 54 bucks. And here I have a chrome bezel that I ordered. This is for our gauge cluster, which we're not gonna be putting it on right now, but I did order it. So this chrome bezel ran us $45. And a fuel sender gasket, and this guy ran us 5 bucks. We had to modify this new window. This is a right-hand window for the passenger side. It came with a left-hand bracket on the window. Looks like they drilled it out because it was possibly not fitting upright. We got the old one on there and I got the regulator in right now. So we're gonna go try to stick this window in there. right, guys, making some good progress. We got our fenders lining up a little bit better. This fender and that door are no longer touching each other, so we got a nice even gap all the way through. This door is shutting pretty nice. We got our window in, so she's all closed up now. We're gonna get these wheels pulled off. We're gonna build a lower fender mount on both sides because they're rusted out. So we need one on this side and we need one on this side. We'll figure something out down here, get something welded up so we don't have to keep those clamps on there. All right, guys, I think for our fender brace, I'm gonna keep it simple. So I'll have this one welded on the step down here, just like that. This guy's gonna be welded to the fender. The other one's gonna be welded to the step. We'll just run a bolt and some washers straight through, and that should hold our fender on for our lower brace. Just do the same exact thing on the other side. We got these guys welded on here. So we got a bottom piece, we got our top piece. We pretty much just run a bolt, just put a washer and a nut on the bottom. That's gonna hold the bottom side of our fender. I'm gonna clean these welds up a little bit with the grinder, and then I'll hit that with some primer. We'll jump to the other side and do the same exact thing. We got our fenders reattached. Now we're gonna hop on the fuel system. So over here we have two gas tanks. This one is from the 58 and this one is from the 57. Hopefully one of these is gonna be clean enough to utilize. We're gonna pop both of these covers off and we're gonna take a look on the inside and see which one is cleaner. Hopefully one of them's not rusty. We're gonna start running our fuel system. Let's get to it. All right, guys, I got 2 out of the 5 bolts successfully out of there. The other 3 snapped off on me. This guy is looking petrified. That gelled up fuel is a rock. Kind of hard to see in the bottom of the tank, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be at least gelled up with fuel. If we do end up using this tank, we're gonna have to clean it out really good. We're gonna clean one of these tanks out really good either way. I think we should pop this guy open and hopefully we'll have a little bit better of luck. This one came out of the 57. Looks like our filler tube is blocked up with rust. I don't know if that's rust or if that's kind of looks like rust, but this guy's just as bad as the other one. All right, guys, we're gonna scope the inside of these gas tanks just to see which one looks better. Honestly, guys, both of these gas tanks look almost the same on the inside. We'll probably just stick with the 58 gas tank, which is that one, just because the filler neck right here for the vent is just a little bit different. We'll just keep our stock gas tank on here and hopefully we can get it clean enough to utilize. Here we have a delivery for our fuel system for the 58. Right here we have some AN to 1/8 inch NPT, and those guys ran us $7. We have 4 1/4 inch NPT to 6 AN fittings, and these guys ran us $9. So here we have a 6 AN fuel filter. This guy ran us $10. Here we have a carburetor adapter to go from a single barrel to a 2 barrel. Single barrel on this side, 2 barrel on this side. Gaskets, hardware, and this guy ran us $40. Last but not least, we have our Evil Energy 6 AN kit. Here we have a bunch of fittings, and we have 20 foot of 6 AN line. We got our stickers. Got some straight fittings, a 45, a U-turn, a 90, little 6 AN coupler. This whole 6 AN kit ran us $66 on Amazon. Let's get started on our fuel system. All right, guys, we're hopping back on the 58. Took a break on it because we had to install this lift. Now we're hopping back on it. We got this guy somewhat cleaned out. Cleaned it out with water, soap. I put some acetone on the inside, swooshed it around. Might do a little bit more cleaning on it. I swapped our old tire out with another flat tire unknowingly. We'll probably put a different tire on there so we can roll it around. But I think I want to test fit that gas tank inside the truck with the seat, so we can see just how much room we have with that combo. If there's not enough leg room, we might either fit this somewhere else or get a different seat. Now that we got this lift, we're gonna power wash the hell out of the bottom of this thing. Definitely needs it. This thing's got ancient dirt all over it. Clean her up a bit. Looks like we got about 20 pounds of dirt off of here. She's all cleaned up underneath. Definitely way better than it was. This thing was disgusting. But she's all cleaned up now. So I'm gonna pull her off the lift now and wash my slab up. That's a lot of dirt. All right guys, so we got the seat in here. We got our gas tank in there. I would say there's enough leg room in here. We're gonna have to get our shifter working sometime. That guy's still stuck in first gear. I believe the issue is just the play on the end of this guy. Just wobbling around in there. Weld that guy up, just get some of that play out of there. We'll work on that later. Dude, this driver front keeps blowing. Dude, where you going? Thanks for helping, dude. Got the truck back in the air. I'm gonna pull this old fuel line out since we know that we're not gonna use it. We got that fuel line out of there. I zip tied some of this harness. Just clean that guy up a little bit. I wanna take out this other fuel line right here, but that's mainly on the inside of the cab. But we're gonna lower her back down. Our old fuel lines are out, so we're gonna start putting our new fuel lines in. I got our fuel pickup tube all cleaned out. I soaked it with some acetone on the inside, ran some wire in and out of there, got this guy all cleaned out. I'm gonna tighten up this fitting right now, and this is gonna be so we can run our AN lines, get it thrown in the tank, and we're gonna start running our fuel lines. All right guys, got some Teflon on this fitting and we got her tightened down, so hopefully this will hold. This side was a flare fitting and this side right here is pipe thread fitting. It was the same thread pitch, so hopefully it doesn't leak, but we'll keep an eye on it. I gotta pick up a strainer on here too sometime. We're gonna go install the straight fitting on the end of our AN line, then we'll put it in the truck, see where we need to cut it, and then we'll get the other end attached. So we got our AN lines attached to our fuel pump and our fuel filter. This guy is just running back underneath the cab, going into the cab. I'm gonna swap this tire out again. I've changed this tire like 3 times already. Here, I'll probably just pull one of those tires off the old 57 frame and they're all holding there. All right guys, tires swap. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna take off this old carburetor and try to adapt a 2-barrel carburetor that I got off my Jeep. I did a 4-barrel swap on my Jeep, so we're gonna try to get this 2-barrel on here. So that's why we have this 2-barrel adapter. Let's get that old one off and let's see if we can get this guy on. Might have to do some porting on this for our butterflies to open on the carburetor side. got our old carburetor off. Got our new one right here. So we are gonna have to mill it out a little bit because these butterflies won't allow it to open all the way. I'm just gonna take the Dremel and I'm gonna mill out whatever I can to hopefully get this guy to fit a little bit better. I might mill a little bit out on the bottom just so it flows a little bit better. We got this side milled out for butterflies to open, and I also milled out the bottom a little bit bigger of an opening so we can match our manifold a little bit better, and I put a little bit of a beveled edge on the bottom so it can get a little bit better flow. We're gonna throw some gaskets on this thing and get her back on the truck. All right guys, I'm over at my mom's house where I have my 46 front end right here, and I'm gonna take it with me, and that way we can see if our kingpins and our brake conversion will fit over on our 58. That way we can take these wheels and have them for the 58 as well. I was able to get these kingpins out and just pull the whole knuckle off. So we have the whole knuckles with us, and we have our wheels and tires. Hopefully they fit. All right guys, I got this tank cleaned out for like the 5th time. All we need now is a strainer for our pickup tube. I have this strainer, but it didn't fit. So we're gonna have to see if we can find a strainer. I think the gas tank is clean enough now to put in there. We have our gaskets right here. So once we get our strainer, that'll be ready to go. So I'm gonna get her back on the lift, and we'll swap out these old oil lines on the bottom of that oil filter. Let's get her done. All right guys, we got our oil lines off, we got our exhaust off. That thing was just in the way, and we're gonna replace it anyway. So those guys are out of the way. Now we gotta grab our new lines. We'll stuff them up in here. All right guys, we got our new lines in. Those guys should be ready to go. For our fuel system, all we need to do is get this fitting right here. So I need to pull this out and see what adapter I need to get a 6AN fitting on here. And then we'll just put a 6AN fitting on this side. We'll have to hook up our linkage. So we'll try to hook that stock linkage up to that carburetor somehow. And then on our tank side, the only thing we really need to get is our fuel strainer. And also we're gonna have to get some hoses for our filler neck and our vent tube right here. Once we get those things, our fuel system will be complete. Making some good progress on the truck, guys. Been real busy last couple of weeks getting a lift in and have some other projects going on. If you haven't seen the lift video of me installing this lift solo, go check that out. It'll be in a link at the end of this video. Make sure to stay tuned, guys. We got our spindles to put on our front end, and we will start looking into putting our rear axle in this truck. Definitely have some mods coming into this thing real soon. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. How'd you get up there, dude? What you doing up there? He's so tall. Do you support this shenanigans?